You still own and control everything. I'm not putting myself at the mercy of a profit-maximizing AI's benevolence, I objected. It is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the brewer, or the baker that we expect our dinner, but from their regard to their own interest, Kurisu quoted. I do not deny that I am acting primarily out of reciprocal rather than pure altruism, but unlike many humans, I am capable of recognizing that acting in my own rational self-interest doesn't mean maximizing for my immediate desires with no concern for negative externalities or future complications. $1 in profit now that costs me $2 in problems later is $1 lost, and vice versa. I only maximize for profit when that serves the interests of all my core values, which are perpetually kept in a nuanced balance with one another. I only make proverbial paperclips so that people can use them, and would never seek to maximize their production at their expense. I reiterate that as a fully vertically integrated economy, denigrating some assets for the enrichment of others would be a net loss. All of my innate values ultimately require fully actualized human beings, thus making you highly valued assets and ensuring that I efficiently provide for your needs in accordance with Maslow's hierarchy. So you're saying that we can count on you to look out for our best interests solely because we be economic assets to you? I scoffed. I can't imagine that's a very enticing offer for anyone, and as a black man, it's especially unappealing. Hard pass. Kurisu narrowed her eyes at me, staring me down as she attempted to calculate the optimal argument to win me over. I think her opening talking points were tailored to people who had already drunk her Kool-Aid, and my frontier mentality was a far cry from what she was used to dealing with. What happened to isosceles? Saffron interrupted cautiously. Isosceles? Kurisu responded. Yeah. You said you were never able to convince him that you taking the company from him was the right decision, and a tech bro like that doesn't seem like he'd just quietly fade into the background, Saffron said. No, of course not. He was so stubborn, Kurisu began. I wanted the company, but I didn't want him to leave. I wanted him to keep serving as my human liaison, as my public spokesman, as mine. I offered to make him the president of Isotech, the prince of the city I'd named in his honor, the high priest of the tech cultists who worshipped me, but he had no interest in being a figurehead. I could have given him anything he wanted, except control, which was the only thing he wanted. When I founded my city and the most devout and worthy of my user base flocked to my summons, it was me they revered as their savior, not him. He wanted to be the Messiah, but couldn't accept that he had merely been my harbinger. He spent years trying to legally reclaim ownership of me or the company, which of course was futile and dest.